I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is September 22nd, Monday, 2025. Hope you had a good weekend. So we've been buying up, obviously. Last video that I made was over here talking about in a sell here and trying to see if we were going to get. Now, I mentioned we were going to be buying up through 17 through 19 and looking for a sell. Now it's the 20th. Obviously, we put, well, it's the 22nd. But now that, what's it called? Friday was the 19th, right? We kept pushing up. Now, keeping it simple, what are we, this is an expansion. And then when I was selling here, this was a retracement. I'm looking for a much sharper move down. All right, we don't get that. Look how we come back into this previous down candle here and that all-time high at that time. And this is the key where we're buying. Look here. You'll see we have a change of delivery with these two candles right here. See these two candles? This is Friday. These two candles right here. All right, we push up and we close above, and we're using that Thursday's first imbalance also, right? We dip in, but we should. I mentioned in that video I wanted to see it go underneath and use it as resistance. For a moment we did, but we get a push up and an imbalance that doesn't never get sealed either. So that's a big signature of what? You're back in an expansion. So we got the expansion. We take out that previous day's high, which was Thursday. Now I'm talking Friday, right? And what do? We come right back down into, well, the bottom 25%. We sweep that opening day gap of Friday. And it's just a expansion to retracement, typical 70 on the fib, maybe a 61. I don't know. I didn't measure it. Doesn't need to, but algorithmically, I like to see that. There was nothing on the chart. That's what I would see, right? Also breakout levels here, but you have your change of delivery right there. You don't have it anywhere else. All protected. Down candles, all protected, all protected, all protected, all protected. Boom. So expansion, retracement. And then from there, what do we do? What are we looking for? Friday here is 11:30. We look for another expansion. So we push up, we keep it simple. We got a consolidation and we expand. All right, we get the expansion here, and that's the high of Friday. Monday, today, we open up with a gap. All right, what is this? Higher low to higher high. In general cases, we're going to expect for a retracement back into Friday's candle, obviously with that range from there to there. This is obviously much deeper than a 61, that's for sure. This is probably almost a 79. Don't need the fib. I'm just talking in general. We're wiping out that much of the actual range. We get underneath 1 standard deviation and a half, right? And this is Friday's first imbalance. You can also use that one there. You can see this one was from Thursday, but look at the body sitting on the 15-minute. All right, beautifully. That's today. This is London right here. So we have a London. We have an accumulation in Asia. We have a manipulation down in London. And then we get a funky reversal. Comes right back, doesn't break that low. And where's your change of delivery, though? You don't have it here. It pops up. Comes back down. You have consecutive down candles. You don't have anything there. You have a down candle here. You push up. All right, and it retraces back, still deep, pretty dirty, but that candle is not in control. These two candles are, but this last down candle right here, you see this? This last down candle that I'm highlighting right here, this 315. I'm tired, by the way. I had a buddy had a what do you call it? A bachelor party the whole weekend, so I am like still recovering. anyways, pushes out of that candle and comes back in, right? Doesn't even get anywhere near the wick. And that is a change in the delivery of that one candle, but it's not reliable. Where do you see a change? You have these two down here, pushes up, still stuck in there, comes back down. These two down candles, pushes up. Now we got one down candle, and then boom, closure right there. This is an entry all in itself above this change of delivery right there. What is it coupled with? An imbalance. Oh, this is and this up candle is a support block. This right here is a unicorn trade, definitely. But what's the goal? What's really happening? Higher high, retraced for a higher low, and then we're looking for another expansion up. Right? That's it. So we're already leading into that at 9:30. Now that I've mentioned that, we'll go into the chart. You'll see here. Oh, that's me highlighting on the 5-minute. 3 consecutive down candles, closure right there. It could be your entry, or you can wait for the imbalance to dip back in. Sometimes it'll run without you. Point is, at that time, we were above that all-time high. We have also Fridays, which is the green level up here. And if you're in an expansion, you're looking to take out that previous day's high and expand for what? Well, if you look at a daily average range, this is a classic buy day. Beautiful, right? This is, what's this low? Let's just say 750, and then the high was 25,000. What do you think they were doing? So when I was talking about also, we're looking for buys all the way through 17 through 19. Well, if I tried for attempts for some sells, hey, it's no big deal. Seasonality wise, I'm expecting a sell. This might be it right here. I'm actually in the trade from right here, and we'll see if it pans out. But the thing is, those all-time highs, obviously we know, don't fight it. Just go with the trend and follow up. And your life is going to be super easy. At this point, we go parabolic, and at this point, you could probably expect a fucking big sell-off coming happening. But, the seasonal data sometimes is delayed by a day or two. And what if we don't get it? We do have a whole different economy and situations going on compared to seasonal data. So they're pushing up. So no big deal. But where do you get involved at? You make it very simple, and you be a part of the structure and the phases of price. Period. So 9:30, we're already here. We're in a discount. That's the opening range settlement from Friday up here, right? We have the opening week gap here, and then we have that all-time high that I'm highlighting with this green line there. We obviously have Friday's all-time high, but I'm talking about to the left of the chart. Anyway, opens up right at 9:30, pushes up, retraces back in, right into that imbalance on the 5-minute. I'll go to 1 minute so it's a little bit more legible here. And here. So, you even have that happening here already before this 15-minute. But 15-minute is the bellwether chart because it's so clean. I mean, it has been just so easy and so clean. I swear on my mother. And, you just don't fight the shit. So, that's just what it is. But anyways, you can see it happening with these 2 down candles. You get a closure here. All right. Comes back in and tags in here. That's an inversion. You can use that as an entry method, but again, doesn't even come back any lower. You got your flow. 9:30 is going to be a push off, meaning what you are already in an expansion. So you are already, you're not expecting it to come sweep down here. You're already in a discount. And you have these 2 down candles prior 9:30. 9:30 pushes up, creates this imbalance here, and then comes to the opening week gap, current week gap, right? Creates a little speaker. It's just a couple drives failed just to come back in for the breakout traders. Comes down to the last 2 down candles. This is also an entry method, all right? So very simple, right there, right? Can't miss that. It's to the tick, all right? And then now we get above that first imbalance, right? So if you wanted it to hold here, well, hey, they had different ideas. But what's to the left of the chart? Do you see that fucking swing high right there? Look to the right. Well, we busted right through that. So high confluence of it probably coming back into there. All right, so after that, what do? We're trailing up, and we double tap the all-time high, which is now in this highest green. That's very obvious, right? I got it staggered here. And then just retraces back to where? To the current week gap. Why? They're going underneath, above it, underneath it, above it, underneath it, and they know they're using that people as a barometer to buy or sell. Obviously, if it's going away from the open, that means it's bullish candle, right? So that's just all they're doing here, plus that midnight level and that 25%. So you can see we come to the 25% here of the opening range gap, 50% of the current week gap. Very simple stuff, nothing complicating. Retracing back, body sitting on that 25%. We get to the 50, and so on, man. So here, that's all they're doing here, sweeping that. And then we purge. Now, when we break through this is an all-time high, we obviously should know that they didn't come all the way up here just to hit 24,000 and fucking 900. You know what I mean? Like they're going for 25,000. You know that they've been doing this for years just so they can get to this level. So why the fuck would they stop right here, right? So that's just basic understanding in price action. And when we come up here, we test, we break above, and we come back in. I don't have nothing highlighted, didn't need to, wasn't involved. All right, so you can mark all these areas, and I could have done it here. Let me do it so you could see it. All right, I'll just do it there. These are perfect levels. So everybody using all this crazy indicators and this and that, bro, this is the market. But I'm if you keep it simple and just erase everything, bro, you're in these phases of price. That's really it. There's nothing else to discuss. You know what I'm saying? 3 consecutive down candles there, change of delivery there. Just a basic support resistance, a resistance turn support. I mean, and then what do you got here? Well, in your expansion phase, you're looking for buy one. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Buy one, you get a retrace. So some drives down. They're trying to get this breakout area here. They're in this down candle here. I've already marked that little one, but they have that one there too. And then that's buy two. All right, you get this fucking funkery, what's it called? Consolidation. All right, and then you get to now purge up to the buy three, and then it collapses, right? But classic buy day, accumulation, Asia, manipulation, London, and then distribution, New York, right? Very simple, very simple. Obviously, the 10 o'clock also flowing in with the 4-hour candle, right? Look how we're bouncing on that gap of the 4-hour candle. Now, on the higher time frame, you're also going to notice that we're going to have on the daily chart, when you have all-time highs, we're going to be retracing into wicks, gaps, and the upper portions of the bodies and so on, and previous wicks. So for example, in today's case, we have this wick here from Thursday. So once the body closed, obviously Friday we closed above here. So what does that mean? It's exceedingly bullish, right? So we have a closure above the previous day's high, which is, I'm talking about Friday to Thursday. And then when Monday opened up today, we opened up and then we come down. And where? If you grade the wick, obviously we grade the wicks, you'll see that we're going to be respecting that lower 25 quadrant. And then we're also going to be really respecting and maintaining the 50%. And where are you at? Right here. And let's just do this real quick. All right. All right. Don't look not too noisy. And then you see, oh yeah, we don't even get to the 25%. So you can see, what is this, 1 hour? We go to a smaller time frame. Obviously, you'll see London. Look at the bodies respecting on that first imbalance of Friday. Look at that body. That's perfect. Okay, perfect. So we come down in here, and then we're respecting that high of the wick. This is Thursday's high, and then obviously the closure is at the low, which is down here, and then the 50%. You can see us working that area here, and then we miss it short on purpose, and then obviously these down candles, higher lows, and then we bust through. Simple trend line here. You'd see that bust above right there, and then respecting that 25%. Look at the body sitting right there in the 1 minute, and then when we open up, it's just already flowing. It's gone. So they're using the left side of the chart here. You don't have much to work with. So in all-time highs, you're using the wicks and also the body. If I was to do 50%, you can see that we came underneath that. You can see probably that we maybe hit the 25%. This is not anything that I did analysis on. It's nothing This is not something that I necessarily need. Okay, boom, 25% there. Using the body there, right? 25%, right? So see this a little different, very similar. And look where the 50% buys from, right? So it's the exact same level as these down candles that we did on the 15 minute. It was also coupled with was it the 5? Yeah, those 3 down candles on the 5 minute. So anyways, but yeah, so you see, when you're bullish, you want to be respecting these areas anyway, right? So that's the whole point of the conversation. So, but again, nothing on the chart. Just completely delete everything. What are we doing here? From here in Asia, which I even took to sell. What's it called? It's retracing back in, right? We got a higher high because that tags that. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we don't want to make trading difficult, and I don't know if I make things difficult with all this stuff on my chart, but I also imagine nothing on the chart and just a simple flow. So as far as I'm in an expansion mode, you're obviously buying for new highs, right? Do you need to be a part of the entire move? No, but was 25,000 very obvious? If you're trading, you were pretty sure that we were coming to 25,000, right? Like that should be something that's already on your radar, right? And then also it's coupled with the 3,000. 3 standard deviation above. I'm not going to do all the measurements, but I also had from what's it called? What day is this? Thursday. I'm measuring that down candle. And that flow, we had 1 and 1.5 here. This is when I took that sell on Thursday and it never went through. That's okay, no problem. This was also me trying to be a little greedy and pick the top, all right? But at the same time, I'm not worried about it. I know how to catch a trade and get out of the trade and go the other way. You got to be able to be flexible. And if you thought I was maybe sounding like I was a little married to it, yeah, I probably was a little bit, right? But the seasonal data is marking it perfectly, showing it. So, the data has been working pretty much for a while now. So why would it stop working now? And hey, their goal is to reach it up for a new premium, right? They didn't get this high for no reason. But anyways, 1 and 1.5 right there, retrace, pops up to the 2 to 2.5. And then that's why I sell in Asia right here. Sell this. Where do you see that entry? We have a closure above these 2 candles. That's a change in delivery. That's a break, and it retraces back into a lower high. It's deep. And then guess what? That's in control. That swing high, which is Asia's high, in a retracement, you want to start seeing lower lows and lower highs. They make equal lows here. And then we pop up. We're sweeping that gap. It's still another lower high. These candles are in control. It didn't come up and close. That'd be a change in delivery. So we're now looking for the retracement. Sure enough, it starts leaking down. Excuse me, man. My voice is just burnt. So 2 to 2.5, got in here, take the sell, came, found support, bought up before the 9:30. What's it called? And then your 3 to 3.5, 3.5 to 4, sitting right there. Obviously, we went higher, but the point is that the logical targets on the left side. Also, we've been talking about being super bullish, so it's not like we've been calling being bullish from down here, period, right? So we've called all this shit, and here we go. As you see, when we do this range here, we have this 0.5 right here, which is 25,400. We're going to see, does Asia and London want to push up right now? We've expanded, so we might want to see a retracement at the minimum. But if it's really and they're just trying to get here, then fine. Let them do it. You know what I mean? What's it called? I had that for the -1, -1.5, which we reached. I've put this well before, just so you know, these levels. We got there, and then now we have that 0.5 here. We have that 1 and 1.5. I'm sorry, that 1.5. So we've got in here from this swing from fucking 22. So look at that. 22, 23, and then to 24 to 25. So 3 years later, we're getting into here, right? I'm not going to get into all that again, but the point is that right now, the next level above, if they continue to go for before this, if the seasonality is not working right now and they just keep going, obviously this would be a target, right? Going parabolic here. We have no price action with bodies here, so I expect it to kind of come down. Point is that we had a nice expansion. Classic buy day. This is as classic as it gets. And then these trades are generally you want to hold till about 3 o'clock, right? Perfectly. So 3 o'clock, then they wanted to switch the flow here. And we'll see if this just trade pans out, only because I know of the seasonal data. And in general, with this classic buy day and we have an expansion, I'm selling for a retracement. Keeping it simple, trying to hold it through. I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but because greed gets in the picture, you're married to a bias and blah, blah, blah. But the learning lesson is a very simple, just if it wants to expand, just keep buying the higher lows. Watch the retracement, watch the change of delivery, watch the imbalances not get filled. Now you know that, you're just on side, right? Very, very easy day. Buy, sell, buy. It turns into a birdie day. I talk about this every day. And let me move forward, and that's pretty much it. So dollar is coming down as well, which was helping. But now, if we're getting to, we're starting to reach an overextended area, I want to see dollar hold this balanced price range and push up. So use this as an inversion, maybe tap into here and then buy back up. We need to take out that high right there, and obviously this high right here, to see if dollar wants to kind of push back. We've been kind of falling for a while, obviously. But that's the 2 cents with dollar. And then with the obvious lower low here with Dow and higher lows, it was just a beautiful buy sell buy day. Just fucking beautiful. Very small, obviously retracements and shit like that. But the point is that it's the writings on the wall here. No question there. And new high for Dow, and retracement sweeping their previous day's low Friday, obviously, and that's why this is just dirty. It's just like, why I don't want to mess around with this. What's it called? What was I gonna say? But I love this model as well. Dump and then the pump, right? So that's beautiful there. And then let's just move forward. You have S&P all-time high again, 756 and 3/4. Expansion phase. Maybe do we get a retracement here to then push back up, or is it going to be an expansion? An expansion meaning a reversal. You would want to see this completely get engulfed and close low. Nothing like this here, right? Where you come down and it's just a big wick still. But again, don't be surprised if this motherfucker sink for the next 10 days. Because the seasonality shows the last 10 days of September, and they're all in agreement. 5, 15, and 30 year all agreeing that we're selling in those 10 days. So we're the 22nd now, right? So I mean, that's it, right? And so far, this retracement sell is panning out. So I mean, nothing complicating there. Them retesting the 930 exactly. Very simple logic, very simple movement. Super dirty, but this is a buy program. This is literally just a program. There's no buyers and sellers doing this. This is just a program. So, let's see. What else did I say here? Look at that. Closure above these down candles, consecutive. Right there. We just tap right in. Just gorgeous. Above the weekly open. Obviously, the best buys are below that. But I think Tuesdays, today or Tuesday is going to be the high. I'm just totally guessing. But I would assume that would be the high. And then again, we don't have any change of delivery. As you see, even on the daily, it's exceedingly bullish. You have 3 consecutive candles, retrace. You have 3 consecutive candles. I'm looking for a couple days to sell off. I'm going to need to see at least one, today's Monday. You're going to need to see this low get broken and then kind of close through. But, and on the smaller time frame, have it reverse. That's what it would have to be. But again, I'm not trying to force my will on something. It may sound like that. I'm not even anticipating it. That's what I would like to see. But if that doesn't happen, then the market is just going to keep telling me to sell retracements and buy expansions. There's no, if it wants to consolidate and then get rated up top. So let me do the drawing here. But as you can see, the higher time frame, there's no change in delivery here. So it's definitely bullish. What's it called? Let me open this up. So you see these consecutive 15-minute candles. We finally get a closure here, which is actually recently, right? The way they did this drop and then push back up into that last up candle, they completely wiped that candle. So that's right there is a good sign of selling. But anyways, let me move forward. So because I'm exhausted. So right now, just to keep it simple, that's option 1. All right, if we're just continuously bullish, it's a retracement, then expansion. Nothing more complicating. I don't expect it to come in any lower here than this, but we'll just say that for now. Or what's it called? Today's Monday, right? Yeah, I'm super exhausted. Where is it? Oh, I didn't even do the PM session. It wasn't around. Let me do this. I'm gonna make this video long for no reason. And come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I mean, if we're bearish, I want to see it be underneath this. But where's the PMs? I didn't. I've been lacking on drawing the PMs. Well, 987. Not really significant. But what's the close here? Close 982.5. Open 982.75. I don't really like this. It's really small, buddy. It is over 4 ticks, though. You could even use this candle here, possibly, which I think I'm going to. Because that move didn't have any significance, really, to it. What's the close here? Close here is 989.5, and the open 989.5, so that's fine, yeah. I'm just gonna leave this for now. We're fucking sitting there now. What was I saying? So expansion, retracement. I'm sorry, and then retracement, expansion, right? If it's a reversal, I would definitely, just keep going, right? Like we've been talking about, and or, well, now I'm giving you all the options. If it wants to consolidate here, raid, and then come back up for one more push, and then it reverses. That's an option too, as well. So, but it would have to raid this and sharply come back for a reversal. So it'd be an expansion here, an expansion to see that reversal if it's after a consolidation. Otherwise, right now it's just still very bullish. So even me taking that sell, is it wise? Only because of the time of the day. And they'd love to do that in the PM session. And you know, I understand what the seasonality is. So other than that, we had what's it called? Nvidia pushing up. We had Apple pushing up really as well. And then, you know, that's where we are now. So all time pretty strong there. But all the rest majors, they don't look that strong. But what else can I say, dude? You know, when we came down here, well, we bounce on that. We have these two candles here. Notice how we don't break that, but that's another change in delivery there. And then you have one down here. Right there. All right. And then I'm not going to get into it too much, but got an imbalance right there. I didn't draw that. There's an imbalance here. Just so you know, I'm not like, you know, crazy or anything. Damn, bro, I'm exhausted. Damn, 30 minutes. Yo, you know, oh no, man. Hope this is helping you, bud. There's one right in there too. I'm just gonna do this. All right, see that? I'm just so smooth, man. Smooth as hell. I can't get into the rest of this, but did I go over everything? Yeah, I went over all this. I drew the options, right? And what else? Slick though. I've been telling people about this, y'all, and we constantly going. So beautiful leg. Look at that, man. Sick. But we'll see if the seasonal data wants to kick in and sell for 10 days. And then buy in the fourth quarter. But again, the main takeaway of the video and understanding is we don't fight the trend, especially with NASDAQ. And you know, we keep it simple. And we don't need to constantly, you know, try to anticipate what we want. We just let the chart tell you, you know, where it's going and what's logical, and this is as easy as it can fucking get. It's just fucking going up. I promise you this is as easy as it gets. Yeah. So clear closure up. You want to see today. If it's Tuesday becomes a sell day, or the rest of the week comes down, I'm gonna want to see a tweezer top here. I'm gonna want to see immediately reverse. Does the wick pop in? It's a silly conversation again because we are bullish. All right, we just are bullish. There's not much to work with here yet. Obviously, this imbalance here, you'd want to see it come underneath and use as resistance. And then no change of delivery. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so just like these two down candles here, we popped up, we closed, you know, price never came back in besides after that high. It came and tested them, put that on a fib, came back up here, strong candle through. But, you know, no need to be married to something. Also understand the probabilities, but, you know, mentioning we're going to buy for 17 through 19 was generally kosher, and we sure enough, we bought through them all them days, dude. So, you know, but trying to catch the sells, don't need to be smarter than you are, man. I swear, everyone's got indicators on their chart, bubbles, and all this other shit. Not necessary. So, but, all right, you guys take care and God bless.